She worked at stations in Houston, Texas, Washington, D.C., and New York. She's currently a contributor at the classical music radio station KMFA 89.5 in Austin, Texas, with her feature Staccato. Mrs. Gibson also independently produces the podcast Classical Music in Color, about all things classical or about classical musicians of color. She's also a playwright. Her latest work, Singing Praises, Mahalia Martin, was performed at the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. The choir songs you heard in the piece were performed by the Huston-Tillotson Concert Choir, and the sound design of the piece was made by me, Chiara Santella. If you like what you heard, leave us a review on Apple Podcast in whatever language you choose. Follow us over at Ochenta Podcast on Twitter and Instagram for updates. You can find transcripts and learn more about the project over at ochentastudio.com/Ochenta Stories. If you're enjoying our show, we recommend listening to How to Talk to Mommy and Papi About Anything, a weekly podcast for adult children of immigrants, featuring real-life scenarios and practical professional advice to help them with difficult but necessary conversations. Popular topics include raising children, money, toxic relatives, coming out, religion, and systemic racism. No subject is off limits. How to Talk to Mommy and Papi About Anything comes at a time when immigrants and their adult children's family dynamics are testing the American concepts of boundaries, independence, even adulthood. Find it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcast. Head to talktomommypapi.com to learn more.